All right, if you're a coach or an entrepreneur and you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel for your business, here's what I would do. I would create a really small business channel that is very focused on a specific outcome. That is how we can generate leads when small. Maybe cold outreach on other channels is just driving you nuts, burning you out. And truth is, YouTube is the most powerful long-term client acquisition for your coaching business. The cool thing is you don't need to go viral and you can stop chasing all these DMs all the time. I'm going to do a bit of a raw video about actually what it takes, exactly why YouTube wins long term. So most people think we need to go viral, but the truth is small aligned audiences convert better than big random ones anyway. So this really breaks the myth that we don't need 10,000, we don't need 100,000 subs, we don't need 10,000 subs. That is a bonus. And we don't need personal brand or you are the niche to win on YouTube. And honestly, I think most people just don't even start because the idea of a YouTube spending years and years on YouTube, like growing a massive channel, how do I get viral? How do I build a personal brand that everyone's telling you to do? It's really daunting. It's really challenging. A lot of us are still working 9 to 5s, and while we're growing our side hustle, growing our business as well, or we're running a coaching business already, we're trying to do outreach, we're trying to serve clients, we're trying to do all of the things. Getting on video is a lot. And what we really need is an ultra lasered YouTube channel for you that is very focused around getting clients when small, starting from just 100 or 200 subscribers. So cool little story is my old channel that only had 250 subscribers. I was blown away. I actually ditched the channel because the videos were all over the place. They were super random. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to do videos on so many different topics like self-development. I was told to do videos around all my passions, like find my pillars and my passions, go make videos around that. And generally what happens is we just all end up with random channels and random audiences. So even if you go viral, and sometimes someone has a one-hit wonder, quite often, that will make them go viral, but what audience do you have? Like, what are they going to buy from you? What if you went really, really laser niche like everyone talks about and make videos just on all of these things? The chances are some of these small amount of people will turn into high ticket buyers a lot sooner than if we go massive, massive, massive. I had a friend once that was on X and he exploded out the gates. He was just doing these really cool like story posts, but they were about video games or something and nothing to do with his business offer. He didn't even have a business offer and he got massive. It was crazy. He went from like one follower to a few million. And funnily enough, he was then scrambling around thinking like, what the hell, what offer am I going to create? And when he created an offer, he really, really struggled to sell anything. So if you are starting a YouTube channel or you have one, a small one already, what we really need to do is get laser focused. Define one clear offer. So I always like to say in all of my videos, go from A, which is the problem that must be burning, they must know they have it. And you're going to create your YouTube content with discipline all around that A problem and dig into every different area of that problem. For instance, if you're starting a YouTube channel, you look at all of the problems with starting and camera and confidence and the tech challenges and how do I actually set up the channel. Then what I do, what videos do I make? So there's so many problems or micro problems within the big problem. And how do you take them from A to B, the solution? Literally, we got to think about that ideal buyer in a lot of detail about what do they want? Like, what do they want from even an emotional level? And so many people know this. We know we need to investigate and know our ideal buyer or avatar, as you call it, in detail. But how many people actually apply this? How many times have you applied this to your business? Like gone into the deep weeds, actually find a real person out there that fits your mold and build your landing page around them, build your YouTube channel, build your content around. So we need one ideal buyer that you know in detail. And the reason why this is so crucial and people overlook it is this is literally how you write the headline of the landing page. So those two things are the secrets to actually getting these leads and conversions from a small channel. If you nail that, you unlock leads when you've got 100, 200 subscribers. And then the really easy way to do this on YouTube is just make one video about every little micro problem to do with the big overall offer or problem that you solve and give away tons and tons of value. Tom Billy always says, give away value as fast as you can speak. Give away all of your secrets as fast as you can speak. People pay to actually get help with the implementation, not help with the information. Information's free on AI, GPT these days. Actually doing it, putting it into action is the really, really hard part. And then ideally one video a week, but I try not to force myself. We're actually about creating a freedom business as well. So try not to force yourself into a really, really fixed routine. I think that's a bit of BS that you have to release your video certain time, certain date every week, and it ends up a bit of a trap and overwhelming and pressure for you. Sometimes it might be every 2 weeks. Other times it might be 2 times a week. And obviously you can bulk and schedule to help you out as well. And super important to optimize for alignment to your ideal buyer, alignment to your A to B offer, not trying to get viral, because viral is going to attract the wrong audience and minimize how many actual sales that you make. It's kind of counterintuitive. Okay, this one is important. I think it depends who you are, but stop chasing cold outreach and DMs. Now, if you're a salesperson, that is not me, then cold outreach DMs is going to work. But the truth is, just from my opinion, it's a muddy, horrible process that pisses people off, and it is full of a game of where you need to do mass numbers to actually get conversions. So here we have one path where you basically are doing content for little posts on LinkedIn, or not even doing posts and trying to connect with people and DMing them. And this was the old strategy of like Facebook. You would just invite a load of friends to be connected and then DM them all, and then gradually just try to have conversations until you eventually sell something. But the conversions are like crazy low. And honestly, I did this at the start of the year. I tried to do like 20 messages, and I didn't want to piss people off. I wanted to be genuine. I wanted to be authentic. And so I actually did about 2 hours of research on each person before I'd send them a personalized thing, thinking this would be high value for them and interesting, and just to open up a conversation. And there's nothing wrong with this. But the problem is I was spending so much time on the outreach and making it personalized and doing Loom videos and stuff like that, that it was taking insane amounts of my time, and I had to back away and think, what the hell am I doing? And I got no responses because I hadn't done enough volume. And then someone said, it's a volume game. And straight away, I'm like, that's not the effing game I want to be playing. And I don't want to be playing any games. So I don't know about you, but YouTube aligns so much better with me in terms of sales, because it's more about genuine value and being what I call a magnet, or our YouTube channel is a magnet. So I don't want to be pissing off 100 people to get one person to reply to a DM that 6 months later, it doesn't even turn into anything. I want to be putting valuable content out there on a YouTube channel that can really, really help people. And then essentially you're proving your authority and your expertise in your coaching area that you do. Over time, this is going to snowball, and people are going to come to you like a magnet. Comments are going to come to you. People are going to come to your landing page because of the value that you're giving. And so it's funny because like getting on YouTube, people think this is really hard, and getting on camera is really hard. And it's a lot of work creating one video a week, and obviously add some shorts in as well. But how much work is DMs? I'm going to play with ChatGPT later. I'm going to run an experiment of adding up the time, getting GPT to add up the time of like, okay, I now need to DM essentially 1,000 people over a few months. I need to prep for those DMs. I need to write the DMs. Then I need to have conversations with them. How many of those conversations go nowhere? And try and work out how many hours that takes to get one client. Whereas on YouTube, I think of it as every single video is like a digital salesperson for you. And depending on how good your video is, how much you improve that content, tells you how good your little digital video salesperson is. So every video on your channel is a digital salesperson to encourage someone to go to the landing page and look at your stuff. And you should be selling something amazing that really, really helps people, not some bullshit. So if you do have a really powerful offer, if the offer is in demand, think of like supply and demand, like Daniel Priestley always talks about. So think of the banana thing of where you have 10 bananas, but there's only 3 people that want a banana, then you're gonna have a tough time selling. You're gonna convince people to buy bananas when they don't even want one. And I say that because so many people are in this trap, and I was in that trap before, of like creating a course from scratch that no one wanted. I had infinite amounts of that course to sell because it was digital, and there was 0 people that wanted to engage with the videos about that course, and then 0 people to buy that course. What if you had 10 bananas, but you are in a certain location where 2,000 people want the banana? Then they're going to pay extra for each banana, and you can crank the prices. So it's supply and demand. So all we have to do is create a YouTube channel, just like those bananas, that is in high demand in a high area of people. So that is your niche. So you find a group of people that have a problem that is in massive demand, and your whole YouTube channel becomes about that. And you repeat every piece of content as the micro problems like we talked about. And you become the magnet. Your channel is the magnet. It feels so much better to me than the whole cold outreach and mass DM approach and essentially pissing people off. Like I'm ranting now, but I was literally in Starbucks the other day working on this stuff and outlining YouTube videos. And there was a guy across from me that took a call, and he was so pissed off straight off the bat. He's like, this is my private number. Who is this? And someone obviously like cold outreached him. And it took him about 1 minute to be ranting down the phone of like, look, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not shouting at you, blah, 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 blah. And he was getting really pissed off because the guy had obviously obviously been trying to sell him something very, very cold and to his private number. And it reminded me, like, that's what it feels like to, I'm not writing DMs off the table at all, completely, but I think we need to have some permission to knock on someone's door and go through their door and privately message them, some permission that they're interested. And so that is exactly how this works on YouTube. We create the magnet of the open door, the shop front that people come to. They go through the door, landing page. They might go through another door of signing up for a workshop. I have a workshop we're going to talk about in this video of creating your whole YouTube as a business landing page, not to go viral, but how to create a landing page that's highly optimized for conversions and a YouTube channel that's highly optimized for conversions, even when you're small. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Link is in the description for that. But back to these DMs a second. The reason why this is so important, because the DMs and the outreach costs you so much time that is dead end time. And there's this ulterior kind of, you're trying to hide the fact that you're selling. And part of my strategy on YouTube is we create a channel that is designed to sell something. And we're so transparent about that because we're proud that our thing that we're selling can help people. So we put it directly on the banner on your YouTube video. There's no bullshit. Stop pretending to connect if your goal is to sell. Instead, I feel so much better and can sleep better at night when I'm shifting from, let's face it, a bit of bullshit outreach first to content and value first, helping people. Even if they don't buy your stuff, there's so much help that you're putting out there on a very valuable channel. And you're creating videos that pre-sell your offer. And what I love about this most is, sounds too good to be true, but it literally works while you sleep. And YouTube does that. Not only does that, but it's video. It's so rich content that it builds relationships and trust with other people while you sleep. All right, so we're going to talk about my YouTube workshop in a minute, but essentially you're using your YouTube channel as your top of funnel magnet. Top of funnel being all the people that come out of nowhere to watch your videos in this case, and then eventually they might go through to find out more about what you offer through your landing page, maybe sign up for the workshop, we'll talk about it in a second, and then further through your funnel to actually do some one-on-one work with you or some group some kind of high ticket coaching or consulting that you offer. But what I love about YouTube is it speeds up that whole process from cold, top of funnel, down to customers and clients. And so depending on when you're watching this video, I am running a workshop coming up very soon, and check the dates to see when the next one is coming up. But this is going to be super fun. Actually, we're going to have a bit of a laugh in this, but it is not just information. We're going to actually build. So that is why this is guaranteed results. And the guaranteed outcome is you're going to launch your YouTube channel, build your YouTube channel. In one weekend, we're going to build channels live on Zoom and show you exactly how to set it up from scratch if you've never done that before, what to put on the banner, and your first few videos, exactly what to record, what to do with equipment, cameras, and all that stuff. Do you even need to buy anything? That will all be in the workshop. So if you're a coach or consultant, the requirement is that you have experience already. You have some qualifications in something to offer, because that A to B offer and your ideal buyer is going to be essential. But okay, and next, I just want to talk about what it actually takes to do a YouTube channel. What is it going to do? What is it going to take to actually be successful? Not in terms of viral and ego, as we keep talking about, not in terms of personal brand. I feel like that comes later after our authority and our results. How can we get authority and results? And how can we get leads and clients? What is it? Let's look at what I think it's going to take. All right, let's get into the details. Commit to one long form video a week, bi-weekly max, so it doesn't disrupt your whole life, family, and your kids and all that stuff. I think this one is really important. So we have to get out of the comfort zone. We have to accept some discomfort, and you have to start before you are ready. Like, I started when I wasn't ready, and I felt really bad on camera. Like, I felt horrible. I felt staring at the camera. I didn't like my voice. I didn't even want to hear the recording back, all that stuff. And judging ourselves, judging our face, judging our age, judging our voice, judging our tone. I thought I have some kind of lisp, I think, but I don't worry about it anymore. And it was just the reps on camera, but we'll talk about that later. Again, the workshop, we're going to dig into some of these things about how to get on camera and feel confident. You don't have to even be amazing on camera. I'm absolutely not amazing on camera, but I'm comfortable on camera now, which is a massive difference. And I'm just speaking to a little webcam right here, but I pretend is my daughter. I'm looking at my daughter. I have the picture. And for me, just doing the reps on camera was all it took to actually get going. Like 5 to 10 videos that I didn't even post on YouTube. They were just in a private group. And by the way, I'm running a video camera challenge, not in that workshop, but go to that workshop, find out about it. so that you can prepare to get your videos down on YouTube and get comfortable on camera. So you just need simple gear, camera, mic, and cheapy little light is enough. All this stuff is very, very cheap, but you can even start without that and do pretty well. Just use daylight and use your phone camera, for example. Use your webcam if you've got a decent webcam. Batch record when possible is really going to help you out, especially with things like YouTube Shorts. So you can record 3 to 5 to 10 YouTube Shorts in one sitting using the same clothes, and then edit them down into just 30 to 2-minute clips and put them out there. Again, the workshop goes into all these strategies of the first few long form videos to create and what to do with YouTube Shorts, but more importantly, how to link long form YouTube and YouTube Shorts through to your funnel for conversions, because this is all about conversions, as we keep talking about. It's not about the ego and going viral or personal brand or you are the niche like Dan Coe talks about. Love you, Dan. But the you are the niche is a big problem. That's how to build a random audience and think that the world is about us and our channels are about us. But I love Dan. But that stuff definitely threw me off, all the personal brand stuff. We need to grow a business. We need to treat this like a business. It's about conversions and people coming to your landing page. And finally, let's talk about why, just nail this down, why YouTube always wins long term. And we know, hopefully we already know, this is a search engine, this is Google's. It's evergreen and works while you sleep, and it builds compounding trust, compounding value, and compounding leads and clients. So let's dive into that just a touch. So the fact that we can create titles that are very much based around problems, obviously we create titles and hooks that are optimized for attention, but ultimately this is about solving problems. And we have to make that distinction of YouTube can be a massive, massive entertainment channel like Mr. Beast, but we're not in that game. We're a business, we're a coach. Hopefully you're a coach or an entrepreneur, or you're here to get clients and customers and you offer them something valuable. So we're in the YouTube as a business game, not as YouTube's entertainment game. Obviously you can overlap between the two and do really well, but we're here to solve problems. And so we can optimize our YouTube videos and our titles and the content of our videos to help problems. And because Google is a search engine and they own YouTube, obviously, that's how we win big, where people are actually searching. I search all the time on YouTube and ChatGPT for how do I do XYZ? How do I grow this? What should I put on my title? There's so many questions I put into Google and YouTube. They're going to link to your content as evergreen. So by evergreen, I mean this stuff is going to be there way better than something like Instagram in the feed and Facebook in the feed and LinkedIn in the feed, where you post something and you're kind of trapped to the algorithm where you post something and then you got to post something the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day. But now you make one good YouTube video that is really high value and really resonates with people, it's going to serve for years. Now, if that has really good leads attached to it, to your landing page, you could smash one video and it bring in thousands or hundreds of leads for you. Just imagine that compared to like cold outreach. When we post on the other feed social medias, which I think there's a time and place for those as you grow and then you go multi-platform. But at the beginning, it's an algorithm trap. I was trapped on X for so long of having to comment every day, having to post every day. And it built the wrong audience and I felt literally drained and burned out. I felt like I was trapped by the algorithm. Now, the cool thing is if you want to really, really maximize the evergreen, you can link your videos together as a watch this next loop. So here's problem one, now here's the next problem, watch this next. Here's the next problem, watch this next. And you build these binge watch loops. Now, I think this is rarely talked about. I know Ed Lawrence talks about this as an amazing strategy. This is huge because typically YouTube are going to show the videos to your subscribers, and then if those do well, it will then push them out to new people, especially YouTube Shorts. Now imagine someone coming in cold, so we call this cold audience, where they don't know you yet, they've just stumbled across one of your videos maybe for the first time. They come in and they really like that first video because of the value that it gives them, and at the end it's like, oh, and if you want to solve this next, then you go watch that. You could end up watching 4 or 5 binge watching videos on all over their channel. They may watch a video, your last 4 videos, they may watch then ones from 2 or 3 months ago, the whole like Netflix series binge watching thing, and you'd be like, hang on a minute, I have to go check out this thing. I have to sign up for their landing page. I have to sign up for their freebie. I have to do this. That was a cold person coming in out of nowhere that has gone through, really liked your video. They maybe not click on the link in the description, the first one, but they've gone and watched like 8 to 10 videos. Daniel Priestley and Google talk about like the time under attention. You could take a cold person and they've gone to your landing page and they've loved your stuff. They've backwatched a whole bunch of your videos and now they're red hot potential customer straight off the bat. Maybe they just want to work with you one-on-one straight off the bat. They find the link and then they book a chat. to work with you one-on-one. Compare that to outreach, where you've been spending months having this weird conversation that eventually ended up in, oh, hey, can we hop on a call and maybe discuss your problem? Like, oh, I don't want to buy anything. It's like, I spent months with this person. I literally heard this as a real story the other day, that they spent years and they came back years later, said, hey, can you help me with blah, blah, blah? But then it still didn't go anywhere. Imagine you have someone cold come in through your funnel, it heats them up really, really quickly with video content, time under attention. They're spending time, trust relationship, and they come to your workshop and they want to buy pretty quick. And of course, as we talked about, all your videos were on the same problem. So it's obviously the problem they want solved. Otherwise, they wouldn't be watching all those videos on your channel. So they have that problem, unless they really just like your content for whatever reason. So I think binge watch loops can be massive because they can heat up that audience incredible speed, like no other platform can, again, while you sleep. And then if you really want to like crank this up, then use shorts to drive to your long forms, to then basically like a super turbocharger. The shorts are not going to build the relationship, but the shorts are going to hopefully drive people to your long forms. And shorts will boost your channel as well and help grow the audience to a degree, but you have to be careful that doesn't grow that wrong audience again. When people spend in 1 or 2 minutes with you, it's not enough time to build a connection and a relationship. It's time to grab their attention though. Hopefully that will lead you on to the long form content that will build that relationship. And so I thought of this the other day of what if we talk about watch time, which is crucial, like relationship minutes. So think of it like, okay, if I spend 20 minutes on a video with someone, I watch the whole thing, then I'm building a relationship. And if we add some personality in there as well, that's why I think I did this as a bit of a raw rant video on the fly, because it's a bit more real and I'm just sitting here, my dog's over there, and just really ranting on all the things that I think are going to really help you and all the things where I went down the wrong direction on my channel. And these are relationship minutes where me and you are building a connection, hopefully. And same in the workshop here. So I would want you to, in this workshop, basically, not only will you launch your channel, but I want you to outline your funnel of exactly what you're going to build. And typically you would build a waitlist workshop, or you could build a cheap workshop like this, so that when you get that relationship time over multiple videos in your YouTube channel that you launch, hopefully that makes sense, then they come to either your waitlist or your small offer, like $7, $17, $27, whatever it is. And that's an opportunity for you to build trust, but also get real results for people. So that is exactly what I'm doing with this workshop. And you can join the next one on here is February 28th. But by the time you watch this video, go check out when the next one will be. And so when you drive warm or hot traffic that you built up on YouTube to this workshop, and then in the workshop, they get really good results. So for example, on this one here, we literally have 2 parts. I am going to like outline the whole YouTube as a business funnel called the YouTube lead system. And then we actually build it in part 2 there. We actually do the fast build workshop. It's really, really exciting. And if you have any questions, there's a whole ton on the link on the description there as well. Now you can set up the exact same thing. So workshop, free or low ticket, YouTube channel here. And we just constantly focus on that lead conversion. So the number of people that click on the link in the description, number of people that hit that landing page, and number of signups. Those are the 3 metrics. How many people watch the video, go to the landing page, and then sign up. It's always that game with conversions. That is totally different than number of subscribers, the viral views. That these do not equal leads. They do not equal money for your business. They do not equal coaching clients. It can be incredibly deceiving. But yet, these are the 2 kind of ego-driven things that you may be chasing for years. And so as I grow, I'm going to definitely go multi-platform, but in the short term, as we grow from small, there's nothing right now that it's going to be YouTube. All right, I will see you in the workshop. The link is in the description. Now, talking of landing pages, there's a video I did around Alex Hormozy's like $100 million landing page advice. So when you get traffic to your landing page, you want to optimize that, go check out this video and it'll tell you exactly how to maximize the conversions so that you can get more clients.